So we turn now to Nate Adler. He is the co-owner of a Brooklyn restaurant, Gertie, which is feeding laid-off hospitality workers. Brooklyn represent. Nice to see you.
Hey, Ari. Thanks for having me.
Walk us through what it is that you're trying to do and where you see your work at a sort of a local level potentially filling some of these holes.
Yeah, so as many people know, the hospitality industry was hit hardest, one of the hardest industries hit in this crisis, being forced to close down by Governor Cuomo on March 16th for takeout and delivery only. And that left 80–90% of the workforce out of jobs. And we were trying to figure out a way to re-involve ourselves in the community, help out those in need. And my business partner and I, Flip Biddleman, we started to raise a fund on GoFundMe for hospital workers, creating this win-win situation where we could employ some of our people to come back and make meals for people that were in need. And sort of through this karmic positivity, we got a phone call from a foundation called the Lee Initiative, run by Chef Edward Lee down in Louisville, Kentucky, to actually take some grant money that was given by Maker's Mark and use that to feed hospitality workers that are out of jobs.
Did they send you any Maker's Mark in addition?
No, they did not. Although
what's the point of working with Maker's Mark if you're not getting the bourbon?
As long as we can feed people in need right now, I think we're doing good work. And we've been lucky enough to have some people, some beer distributors donate Toast and Sunday Beer and Folks Beer, which are 3 local companies, have actually donated some beer to the cause. And that's definitely been the most exciting item on the supplies table for the hospitality workers that come by.
Well, there you go. That's great. So finally, how does this affect just the day-to-day of people who work in hospitality? Because so many of people who are involved in that feel social and like the community, and that's why some people are drawn to it, in addition to a check. But there's more than one way to get a check. How is that playing out during such an isolating time, plus the economic hardship that you're trying to help?
Yeah, I mean, that's the biggest struggle for us, is this sort of moral quandary of people need to get fed. They need to have some sort of social interaction, but we're being forced to isolate. And so, we're trying to provide this really safe environment where we're feeding people from 6 feet apart. We're wearing masks, we're wearing gloves, and we're encouraging people to come out because we actually think it's a safer place to get a meal than maybe a grocery store.
Yeah.
And you get to see a face in hospitality. And even though you're wearing a mask and you can't really see if anyone's smiling, the eyes tell it all. And it's just nice to have that personal interaction. So, we've been able to hire back 10 employees as a result of this program. And that is just an unbelievable thing to bring that family back. In fact, yesterday after a service, because we've all been exposed to each other, we made dinner and we actually opened a bottle of wine in the empty restaurant, which has now become a relief center.
Right.
So it's sort of a win-win for our.
Yeah, Nate, it's giving a new level to the moniker essential service, essential establishments, which we've heard so much about, and we wanted to shine a quick light on what you're doing. So we appreciate you telling us about it, Nate Adler.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.